Why, hello there, soulmates. My name's Soulkeeper, and welcome to Resident Evil 2 Remake. This is a gameplay walkthrough of Claire's A scenario on hardcore difficulty, and the goal here is to help you get an S+ in the most efficient way that I can think of with the least amount of stress. And for the purpose of this video, we're going to be skipping past a lot of cutscenes, otherwise it's going to be kind of a long video. So just run forward here and go through the door, and there's really not much to it. Then go through the aisle and try not to get yourself hung up on anything. Don't go up against anything so that... because if she does, she will stop in her tracks, and it just makes her slower is all. And then once this scene happens, just go straight forward past the zombie, grab the key. You can run past that zombie, and what you might want to do here is wait here and shoot the zombie in the leg a couple of times. It depends how many hits it takes, but you want to stun the zombie and then run past him if you want absolutely no grief at all. You can just run right by him sometimes, but it's not 100% perfect. The safest way is to just stun him and run by. And then run around these aisles here and go around to the door. You have to do it that way. That's the safest way to do it. That's like the only way to do it, really. And then, well, we're going to skip past these cutscenes, of course. No great surprise there. So once you get to the scene here, turn right around and go past this zombie here. Kind of keep far to the right so that you don't wind up running into her. The zombie to the left there with no arms is what a lot of runners will use to get Claire in caution, because in caution she does run faster technically. What I'm doing here is stair skating. If I hit the aim button as I'm going up and down stairs, it causes her to do a lurch, and it makes her move slightly faster going up and down stairs. And the same thing works for Leon. Don't worry about this guy, it's just going to keep going forward. Just keep going forward. And then, once you get to this part, watch the zombie right here. You can sometimes run behind him and you'll be okay, but you might want to give him a wide berth. Just keep going until you get to the gate and don't stop, otherwise these zombies will bite you. Once you're inside the door here, go to the lever on the right and pull it. This will open the gate and get Claire right through there. Now start going forward, and there's a couple of things you might be interested in here. In the double doors on the left, there's going to be some ammo and a body in there that you might want if you feel like you need the bullets. After you're done lifting this cabinet, there's also a first aid spray in the toilet that you might want to grab to help yourself out a little bit. Because, you know, if you're going to take damage, and odds are you probably will, you might want to have a little bit of backup. It doesn't hurt to have some backup. Take that first aid spray, it's in the second stall. Now go around and go through this door on the left right here.
Open up!
And then go to the shutter and just, you know, go through the motion and open it. Now what you want to do here, what you could do, this might not be the safest of strats, but hit the start button, pause the game, and then run past that zombie. What that does is it kind of creates a buffer so that the zombie immediately pops through the door, otherwise he takes a second. Now hug the right, and generally you can get past these zombies. If you don't, and you take a bite, just use the first aid spray you picked up. You'll be okay, just immediately keep running. And of course, discard that key too, because once you have a check on there, a red check, it means you don't need it anymore. And go straight to that shutter that you came in.
So nobody knows what caused this?
You'll get the knife from Marvin. And once you have that, go over to this gate here and use it on this box so that the other shutter gets opened. While it's opening, you take the opportunity to go grab this other first aid spray. And then if you want to, you can use the item box and drop anything off that you don't want. You're going to want a couple of knives. You need 2 knives for the first boss, so you may want to drop the one knife in there so you don't wind up wasting it on something. There's an herb there, and also there's some bullets, and you may want those. Go ahead and take them if you feel like you need them. In fact, I would even recommend it if you're just starting out. Now, what I did there, I didn't give it a wide enough berth. The hitboxes in Resident Evil 2 Remake are very, very strange sometimes, and like that is there just to scare you. So go a little bit wider to the left on that when you go by it, and that'll keep you from hitting it. Once you're in this room, climb on top of these pallets and then go through the broken window here. And that'll take Claire into this hallway. Just ignore the zombie at the vending machine, ignore the zombie on the floor, go into this office, and go into the second office over here. At the safe, the combo is going to be 9-15-7. And this is a very important safe because this is going to get us, I accidentally did the code there wrong, but it's 9-15-7. This is an important safe because it gets us a hip pouch that we need to play the game successfully. It helps to have a little bit more inventory space, because as is, we only get 8 spots, but really we need 10 spots. That is ideal for us, and all the other hip pouches are too difficult to get, so we're not going to bother with them. You get half the number of hip pouches on hardcore difficulty that you do on other difficulties. Code here on the desk is Ned on the one, and then MRG on the other. And this desk is very important because this gets Claire her speed loader for her gun. And this is important because it makes your reload a lot faster. And you definitely want that, believe me. Because nothing is worse than being in the heat of battle and waiting for her to individually reload each bullet. So get that speed loader, and then once you're out, run back to the right over here, and just keep going upstairs. We're going to go all the way to the 3rd floor. All the way. But watch out here, because there's going to be a zombie right there. And stun him. Shoot him in the leg however many times it takes. It differs depending on, you know, how he's feeling at the moment. But when he's stunned, run right by him. That's how you get past zombies generally in this game, is by stunning them, by shooting them in the leg. Code on this locker is DCM. That will open this locker up and you'll get submachine gun ammo for your efforts. So go ahead and take that, because we are going to be getting the TMP in this. There's the key that we need right there. That's the spade key. Now that we have that, let's run through this door here to the 3rd floor attic, I guess you call it? I don't know. Storage. We'll just call it storage. And then you can just run... Well, yeah, we'll just... What we want to do here, we want to get rid of this zombie. This zombie's a real hassle. Just shoot him a whole bunch. Ideally his head will pop, but it might not. Just shoot him until he, like, falls down. Once he falls down, you know what? I decided to double tap him just to make good and certain that he ain't coming back. And believe me, he is not coming back. Yeah, I'm still going. I didn't really need to do it that much, but I did. I just wanted to make good and sure, and boy did I ever. When you're doing this, just, you know, once he falls down, you can stop worrying about him quite so much.
How fast can you get back here?
Why? What's up?
I've got something to show you. It's important.
All right, I'm on my way.
Once you go down the stairs, there's going to be a few things that we can do here. And one of them is to deal with this zombie over here. Another is to get a knife off this zombie there. But we're going to leave the zombies where they are right now. We're going to take the book. And the book is important because we're going to use that to get the TMP. What I do there is I do some quick menuing. Menuing is keeping key items in the first 3 slots on the left. Over here at the lion, the code is lion, and then arrow or leaf, and then bird. That's how you do this one. Grab the lion medallion and then go downstairs, because we have to use the spade key, we have to use the medallion, and then we'll be going back upstairs. Go over here and use the lion medallion. That'll get it out of your inventory and save you some space. Then go over here to this door and use the spade key.
Yeah, but we're not.
We want to chuck this key as soon as possible. Once you're ready, go upstairs and go right. And then we're going to go through this door at the very end over here. This will be the last place that we use the spade key, and we'll be able to chuck it after that, thankfully. We're also going to use the book pretty much immediately. Well, there's no pretty much about it. We're going to use it. And boom, that's the last place that we use the spade key. Now go left here and go into this office. We're actually not going to get the grenade launcher first off. We don't really need it for a large portion of the game. Combine the hand with the book and then put the hand with book on the statue. And that'll get us this scepter here with the jewel inside of it. That's what we need to get the TMP. There's 2 things we need for the TMP. Go ahead and chuck the spade key so that you have more inventory space, and now we're just gonna, well, we're gonna examine this and take the jewel out. You hit the switch, you turn that around in your inventory and hit the switch, and then you can take the jewel out. The helicopter's gonna crash here, don't worry too much about it, just go out the door. Go out the door and go downstairs.
Hey, Marvin. This is bad. I've got zombies everywhere. Marvin? Marvin, are you there? Marvin? God, you gotta be kidding me.
While Claire's talking to Marvin, take both the bullets and the bolt cutters, and then go to the door after she's done talking and use the bolt cutters on the chain. Then go straight forward to this office here and use the bolt cutters again. We're gotta be real quick going through this office. We don't want to linger in the hallway. Go straight into this room here, take the wheel off the desk. Okay, that's good. And then go over to this desk and take the fuse, and then get over to the door. Use that so the chair goes away. Open, run through the door, put the fuse in, and then stand up by the shutter and just, you know, wait yourself out. And you should be okay. There shouldn't be a problem here. Once it's open, run through, and you're pretty well set. Let's make a pit stop at the item box and drop off those submachine gun bullets, jewel, and we'll put away the knife. We don't need 2 knives. 2 knives is excessive. Really, we shouldn't be bringing the other knife either, because we need both knives for the first boss fight. There's just no getting around that. You need 2 knives. If you don't have 2 knives, you need to try again and get 2 knives. I really recommend it. Go through this hallway that you went through first. You can generally dodge around that zombie by hugging the right a little bit and running forward. And then that second zombie, shoot him in the leg and stun him. Once he's stunned, just keep running. And then go straight around into this room and go through the door and use the bolt cutters. Okay. There's the detonator right there that we need. You can chuck the bolt cutters now. We're not going to use it anymore. There's a flash grenade right here that I recommend taking. There's also an herb over there if you want it. Watch this guy. You may want to shoot him in the leg. And once he's stunned, run past him. This guy too. Shoot him in the leg. That was a pretty close call. He almost got a grab out on me. And somehow I was able to stun him with a shot just as he was about to grab me. It was going to get ugly. This zombie right here, just wait and she'll fall over the railing. You're not really going to go back down there, so it's okay. Then when you're ready, go into this second floor room, use the wheel on this pipe, and that'll turn the steam off. Now go over to the lockers. Code here is CAP. And what you're going to get for your efforts is some flame rounds. Those are going to be imperative for the next part of the run. The lab. The third part of the run. Get those flame rounds and then just get out of there. Go forward through this area, the showers. And then, you can take a look in here. There's gunpowder if you want it. There's also flame rounds right here, which again, you do want. You better take those. Don't be scared of the liquor. Just go into the STARS office. Then once you're here, take the battery and put it in the detonator. There's some stuff here you can grab too. You can, if you have a green herb, you can combine a red and a green. Get yourself a full heal. There's a flash over here in this box. There's more flame rounds, which you absolutely want. There's also a first aid spray over here on this wall. And a high-grade gunpowder. There's tons of stuff here. It's kind of crazy. I would recommend grabbing pretty much everything that you can. Loot this place, baby. Now, when you can leave the office, the safest thing you can do is just walk. Most of the time, this liquor is going to be here on this wall, so try to hug the wall on the opposite side and just walk it out. Just walk it out. You'll be okay. Then once you get to this door, unlock it and you can burst through. Now go to the unicorn statue, and code here is going to be fish, scorpion, and water. And that'll get you your next medallion. Okay, we're almost done getting the medallions here. So watch out for this zombo in here. She can really wreck your day. You may want to take her out. And I would recommend stunning her first before you start shooting. I really should have just started... I really should have kept shooting her. Because she does grab me here. I underestimated how slow Claire would be handling the bookcases. Remember, when you're doing this, that the characters are way slower than you think they are. They are downright sluggish. They don't really have much of a sense of self-preservation in the face of the zombie apocalypse. You have to be that preservation for them. Don't attack these other zombies while you're in here, if you want to maximize your safety. I don't recommend it. This zombie is giving me a real hard time here. But she falls down and I'm able to move this bookcase back over to the left. So once she falls over, it's kind of like, it's smooth sailing for you, more or less. Now once you're done, go upstairs. And I do recommend going upstairs, don't go up the ladder, because if you go up the ladder, that zombie that's munching on the other zombie down, or, yeah, the zombie munching on the other zombie wakes up. And that'll create some problems for you. Go over to this C4 over here, plant the detonator, and then run out the door and come back in. This is weird, but what happens here is that the bookcase doesn't fall over then. So you don't have to go through a whole, scenario when the liquor shows up, and it makes your life much, much easier. Code here is Lady, Arrow, and Snake. I accidentally got this, like, twisted around, but yes, it's Lady, Arrow, and Snake, and here I am trying to figure it out real fast, and it's, taking me a hot second. It's okay, I'm getting it. I was working without a guide here, so I had to kind of rack my brain a little bit. When you play the A and the B scenarios, they have different solutions, so sometimes you just kind of forget them in the heat of things. Now, when you leave this room, what you want to do is just run forward where I just ran, and the liquor is going to go there, but just run right by him, run right in front of him, and then hug the side of him, and he will jump by you. It's kind of a crazy strat, but it works. And you know, if it doesn't work, remember, odds are you have a heal on your person. Don't be afraid to use a heal if you need it. It's okay. It happens. It happens to the best of us. I mean, hell, I took a bite in there. So, you know. Use the medallions and open this up. And now we're just about ready for our first boss fight and our first save of the very run. If you got this far, congratulations. It wasn't easy. I know it wasn't easy. Put away the high-grade gunpowder. Put away the flame rounds. We won't need them until much later. And then, if you have 2 knives, grab that ink ribbon. Also, grab the flame rounds over there and put those away. Again, we will need them later. And then take that ink ribbon and go over here and do your first save. We're only allowed 3 saves to get S+ on this. Also, we have to beat the game in, like, I think it's 2 hours or under or something. Or it might actually be a little bit, you might be actually allowed a little bit more than that on the A run. Kind of hard for me to remember right now. But anyway, we're going to get this done in well under 2 hours anyway. It's whatever. So once you take the elevator, go all the way down. And I say this because there's a grenade down here. If we take that, that'll help us hedge our bets against the first boss. Remember, this isn't necessarily like a whole speed display. This is to help you maximize your chances of winning.
Hello? Hello?
It's to help you. It's not about, like, how fast I'm going. It's about how much it helps you. Now run forward here and go and push that shelf up. Okay, this is going to activate the first boss fight. Okay, once you're in the boss fight, go forward and start slicing. And try to, like, aim up a little bit so that... Try to hit him in places where it's going to hit the most amount of them at a time. And when you fight him, when he does this, you may want to, like, retreat and throw a nade at him. I accidentally used my gun because I'm used to playing RE4 Remake right now. But you have to hit the L1 button to use nades. Now, use the L1 button if you're playing PlayStation, and go back to knife and start slicing again. And just try to hit that eye the best you can. When he does this, use the knife, and that'll stun him, and get back over there and start slicing again. And just keep slicing. Hit as much of him as you can. When he goes down, hit him again. Keep slicing. This is going to be mostly knife. And boom, there it is. This is a knife fight. Not every boss fight is going to be a knife fight, but that is definitely a knife fight. The knife is pretty OP in Resident Evil 2 Remake. And if you're playing on PC, I mean, damage is attached to frame rate on RE2 Remake. So if you're playing on PC, you can jack the frame rate up to 120 frames per second, and you can just do ungodly things with the knife. A lot of speedrunners do that, and they just destroy these bosses, man. Anyway, go around here. There's 3 different spots that have stuff that you can loot here. You got herbs, you got a grenade, you got some ammo. You might want all that. I mean, maybe you're feeling a little bit low, maybe you need some supplies at this point. Go ahead and grab it. Yeah, you got time. Go ahead and get it. Whatever makes you feel safer. There is even an herb upstairs, if you want to get that in the room over to the right as we're going up here. I was running around on that floor down there to see if maybe he dropped my knife, because I thought it didn't break, but I guess it did. Which is really unfortunate. You know, bad knife is pretty useful sometimes, especially in emergency situations.
It won't move. You got it. So, come on, Mike.
While this platformer's moving, what I'm doing is firing off some random shots.
That big pharmaceutical.
And I'm doing this to make the game think that I'm a bad shot, because
Well, hopefully you'll get to see her again soon.
Resident Evil 2 Remake has something called a difficulty adjustment,
So, where's your dad?
where if you're bad at the game, the difficulty will go down. So if I pretend to be bad at the game, and to be fair, I'm not like the best RE2 Remake player in the world, but if I pretend to be bad at the game will lower the difficulty so that I don't get owned so hard. Because if the game thinks you're too good, the AI in this game can really go berserk. So, you know.
It's closed.
Something worth trying. If you have a few extra bullets, and you're kind of stuck during an animation, think about popping off a few extra shots at random. I'm gonna go in this room over here. There are flame rounds over here. Head over to the left over here, and there are flame rounds resting right there, and of course you do want some. You are going to be glad that you got those flame rounds when you get to the lab. You think right now, boy, these are just cluttering up my inventory, but believe me, they are going to be very nice later. Once you're done in that room, go down this hallway. I mean, it's the only hallway that Claire can go, so it's pretty obvious where you're supposed to go. Stop running, because there's going to be lickers in here. Grab that high-grade gunpowder right there, and go left here. This is the safest way. You go the other way, the licker might touch you, and if it touches your foot, I mean, he's going to come at you. No good. And then hug the right on here, and then just keep going. Walk it out, go to that door, and then once you're close enough, you can bolt. Alright, good deal. So run forward here and go to this little, I don't even know what you call it, slab. There will be a flash grenade right there. And you probably want one of those. Flash grenades are worth their weight in gold in RE2 Remake. They are very nice, yes. And then go over to this slab, pull it out, and this is going to have the key that we need. So, once you grab the key, back away immediately. He will wake up, and he will bite you if you're too close. So, be careful there. Then, once you're ready, which should be pretty much now, leave through that door and go back in here. Now, approach very carefully and wait for the licker to move that way. There. Once his hand is clear, you can go. If you move before that, he will touch your foot and he will get you. And it will not be pretty. So be very, very careful. Now to leave, there's going to be another licker out here. He's going to be on the ceiling. Call him Peter Parker. So while Petey over there is doing his thing, looking real menacing, doing whatever a spider can, you just back away, and then go through this door. Once you're quite close enough, you can bolt. Otherwise, you're going to be taking a real risk when you start running.
Where that guy came from.
The lickers in RE2 Remake, use the diamond key on this door. The lickers in RE2 Remake are really unhinged. They are really, really fast, so you got to be careful. They're way faster than they are in the original RE2. There's a high-grade gunpowder over here that I recommend taking. There's also a stock for your grenade launcher that you're gonna be glad that you have later in the game. So grab that. Go into the elevator, use it, and go up. Here I am, in the middle of an animation popping off some shots. That's what I'm talking about. Do that a little bit, and, you know, maybe the game will give you a break. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just feels like bullying you anyway, because, you know, that's just RE2 Remake. Put away the high-grade gunpowder, put away the stock, put away the flame rounds. Go ahead and take this TMP ammo right here, and then go into this room and go all the way down the hallway, and go through this door, and then go around, and then right at the end here is going to be that picture frame. That's going to have the next key that we need. Now turn that around and take the heart key out. That's what's going to open the chief's door. Leave. And once you come back in here, I kind of would recommend making a pit stop at the item box. Be sure you grab the jewel. I didn't grab the jewel here. I forgot to. And then I turned around and decided, oh wait, we should probably get that. Boom, there. Now, you probably don't need, like, all the stuff that I brought here. You could probably leave a flash. You could probably leave, I don't know, maybe a handful of defense items. It's just a lot of stuff that we're taking in here. We don't have that much inventory space, so you gotta be a little, judicious about what you grab. Before we go downstairs, run up these stairs and grab these boards. This is really important. And the reason it's so important is because if we don't use these boards, we're going to regret it. There's going to be a window downstairs that a zombie's going to be pounding on, and if we don't use the boards, he's going to get through when we come back through that hallway. And we don't want him to do that. No, sir. We are going to put those boards on, and we are going to breathe a sigh of relief. Once you put the boards on, they cannot come through. Go over here, use the heart key. And this is kind of a non-essential room, but we need this box here if we want to get the TMP. Combine it with the jewel, and you're going to get the badge, which is going to turn into a USB. If you run back, the liquor pops out, just keep running, don't stop. If you go over to the locker there, there's a high-grade gunpowder that I recommend you take. It just helps to have those along with some gunpowders at the end of the game. Well, near the end of the game. Go back upstairs here, and then on the way back up, it'd probably be a good idea to make a pit stop at the item box one more time. To just drop a couple of things off, namely that high-grade gunpowder. Maybe you want to drop off the first aid spray. I decided to bring a flash with me because I have a habit of trying to hedge my bets when I play this. Honestly, I was just taking so much stuff there that I decided to just go back, and I don't know why I decided to take that stuff out, but I decided to put the first aid spray away. Because I felt like I was going to be okay here. Claire's going to go back upstairs now, and we're going to go briefly into the room over here to the side, and this is going to be a fairly stressful room. Grab the wheel over here. We need that cog. And now, go ahead and stun this guy and run past him. Go into this room. Use the heart key. And we should be pretty okay here. There is a part that we need. What I recommend doing, I should have just left the flash. I should have left the flash in the box. I shouldn't have taken it. But because I did take it, I decided that the bullets were more expendable than the flash. Because you pick up an awful lot of bullets in here. There's more fire rounds if you want them. We have so many at this point that we're going to be pretty okay. So it's not absolutely necessary to grab them, but if you feel like grabbing them, you can go back in there, but I don't recommend going in there any more than you have to. And that goes for pretty much every place. You don't want to go into places any more than you have to. Unless they just happen to be safe rooms. Over here, this is where things are going to be a little bit of a problem. This zombie does not stun so easily, so I take a bite. And that is the problem with me losing my bullets. That's why I should have left the flash right there. So I gotta go back upstairs now, and we're just gonna have to limp forward in danger. And that's a mistake that I made, and going forward, I'm gonna have to remember, hey, you know, leave that flash. Leave pretty much everything. You need that inventory space. I can't even take this red herb here. That's how much of a problem we're having. Here's where we meet Mr. X. This is gonna be a little tricky, but I bait a punch out of him, and then I start running past him. He does the double axe handle, so it leaves him wide open to run past him. You can bait punches out of him, but you gotta be quick and run the other way when he does it. So going through here, what I'm gonna try to do, is we're going to go around. And we're gonna go get our TMP. I decide I'm gonna go into the library. Now, I make sure to hug the left every time, otherwise that zombie that was sitting on the floor wakes up. If you run by him, too close to him, he wakes up. It's one of the weirdest things, but that's like his trigger is just getting a little too close to him. And some zombies in this game are like that. There's a lot of weird event triggers in Resident Evil 2 Remake. And be very careful going through this hallway coming back, because there is a licker on the other side there that's hanging out. And you know, you can hear him. Go ahead and deposit this, examine this, and use it on the computer. Did you know that USBs were a thing back in the 90s? I didn't know that. But hey, you learn something new every day. Once that's open, you gotta use the computer, you gotta use the keyboard in order for it to open, but grab the TMP after it's open, then head back through. Hopefully, coming back this way, Mr. X won't be, you know, stomping toward us. It's always a good bet where we're walking that he's not going to be able to hear us quite as easily, thankfully. And since we've made it this far, we're probably going to be okay. We're going to go out this door here. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a little pit stop at the item box. Because Claire needs a helping hand. Unfortunately, Mr. X decides he's got the same idea. So we're going to go up the stairs, turn around. And I tried to avoid going through the space with Marvin, because if we run through the space with Marvin, he's going to have changed by now into a zombie. And we don't want him to wake up, otherwise it becomes a real hassle. So deposit the knife, and you might want to deposit the flash too. We're going to take a full heal here. Hell, I would recommend just getting rid of the flash and putting it in your item box at this point, and the TMP for that matter, and the diamond key. You don't really need diamond key anymore. We don't use it for anything, so there's not really a point to having it now. I decided to take a first aid spray, and I keep that flash on me. You just... I feel like you don't really need the flash that badly. I hug the left going in here. If I go to the right, the zombie sitting in the chair is going to wake up. And then once I get to this door, I kind of just walk it out and hope that no zombies out here are going to be coming after me. Here we use the heart key one final time to open this door. There's two things that we need here. We need the crank, and then we need to grab the nade. The nade is going to be pretty useful. And Mr. X is going to be stomping right in. Kind of bait him around here, get him to the other side, and then run back through the door. And we need to be pretty quick here. We gotta start walking it out, go over to this door, and just, once you have a chance, okay, you don't have to hug the other side anymore, you can just run through, let them wake up, we're not coming back in here anymore. Now, bring Claire all the way back to the library, and we're gonna use that jack to lower the bookcase. But walk it out here, and hopefully it'll disorient Mr. X enough that he doesn't really know where we are. That's the hope, at least. You know, sometimes the game has other ideas, but as long as you walk it out a little bit, he'll lose track of you. Go ahead and use this jack, and then move the bookcase over one to the right. Go to the far left and move it over 1. Okay, there we go. The bookcases are in order, we can use the ladder now. And also we can grab some bullets. Because we kind of need some. We only have a few now. It's kind of regrettable that we had to throw away all those bullets earlier. Because having such a fat stack of them was pretty nice. But honestly, bullets, they're pretty expendable in this. It's all about the higher grade ammo. Right here, I would recommend stunning that guy, stun him, and then go through this door. If you don't stun him, it's possible to dodge by him, to just run by him and go through the door, but there's also a pretty high likelihood that he'll grab you and he'll just make your day miserable. So just stun him and be done with it. It's better that way. It makes things a lot more consistent, we'll put it that way. If you feel like risky business, I mean, by all means, go ahead and just try running by him. See what happens. Maybe you'll get lucky. Anyway, use the first gear, the big gear on the part downstairs, and then take the little gear up here and replace it with the big gear. Now take that little gear and go back down to this section right here and use the little gear. And that will get everything that we need. The clock tower will activate. Once that's done,
That worked.
run through this door in the back, and all the way at the end of this corridor, there's going to be a large grade gunpowder. The large grade gunpowder is what we're going to use to make some acid rounds during the, well, just before the third boss fight. All the electric parts, I'm doing some quick menuing there. The electric parts are going to go into the first 3 item slots in the upper left. Our next electric part is going to be lying right here after we activate the clock tower. Once we come out here, it's going to be kind of random what the arrangement is, but generally that zombie tends to linger over there, and then there's another zombie over there. We're going to grab that herb just in case things go awry. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stun this zombie. Okay, that was pretty okay. Well, he stumbled a little bit. He didn't really stun. But it did give me a window to run by him, so it all worked out, thankfully. Now, let's unlock this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to book it right. I'm going to stun this zombie. Okay, took 3 shots, that's okay. Then we're going to run around, and then we're going to go through this door over here. This is probably the safest way to do things. Because we have a free inventory spot, we can take those fire rounds now. And we can also take bullets if we have the room, but we don't. So we're going to leave them. Instead, we're going to take the flash, because flash is... Excuse me. Flash is very useful. When in doubt, always take the higher grade rounds. And now that we have both electric parts, let's go into this room here. And we're going to place both electric parts into this contraption right here. Examine both boxes, open them. The electric parts will be revealed. And then place them once they're ready. Okay, I accidentally activated that. Go over to this and activate it once, and then that once, this 3 times. Okay, that once, and then boom, you're done here. That is open. Go inside and go get that key card. Guess what? We get to play as Sherry now. Now that we have Sherry, go grab that stuffed doll and immediately interact with these blocks. Unzip this, and there's going to be another block in there that we're going to want to use. Okay? So use it, and then take the first one and put it over to the third. Take that 4th block, make it so the star fits, turn that so another shape. It's going to be randomized, but what you want to do is make the shapes fit on either end after you take the first block and then move it over to the 3rd spot. It'll be randomized, but you just want to match the shapes. So that's kind of the best advice I can give you there.
What is this?
Move the first block over to the 3rd space after you place that initial block, and then match the shapes. And that'll solve the puzzle. Pull this shelf out, climb up. Sherry is very slow. It can be a little frustrating sometimes. And she doesn't move particularly good. She doesn't really have a lot of hustle. Go around here, duck under. You have to hold L2 to crouch, which, if you've played RE4 Remake, it feels very weird. It's such an
That must be the door out of here.
It's such an odd mechanic after you play RE4 Remake because you're used to like hitting the circle button if you're on PlayStation. But instead you have to hit L2, which, whew, that takes some getting used to.
Oh no, it's him.
Go through this corridor, go through the door, go around, go past this table, and then go straight to this table over here and interact with that key. When this scene begins, immediately book it right.
You are gonna be so
And go through the door at the end. Don't stop.
No way!
If you stop at this point, you're gonna have to go all the way back to that first boss fight.
Please!
You stupid bitch, that's a dead end!
Take her here, duck her under here, and go behind this shelf right here. Duck. And now we play the waiting game. This part can get a little scary. Sometimes Chief Irons will just see you.
It's all over now! Doors locked!
Wait for Chief Irons to come through.
Where are you? Show yourself! I know you're in here!
And watch his light
The
source.
longer it takes me to find you, the worse it's gonna be!
When his light source is away from you, you can move around to another side. While his light source is pointed at you, you don't want to move. Now listen for some audio cues here. They're not going to happen quite yet, but once again, wait for him.
Oh god. Oh god.
See his light source? His flashlight? He's flashing that. He's looking left. He's looking right. Okay, now move. When he says, "God damn it," that's your cue to go around over here. And, you know, stop around the chair or so, but, you know, hug the table pretty tightly here. And just wait it out. While you're crouching, wait it out. And listen for it. He's going to say it eventually. You should be okay here. Okay. Once he says that, you've pretty much won. Just go forward, over here to this,
This is your last fucking
hide in this
chance.
spot,
Show yourself
and just wait a moment.
now!
Again, you've pretty much won at this point, so you're going to be okay. Don't worry about it.
It burns!
When you have control, Sherry, go and grab the key.
Fuck is my key? I see.
Run around and use the key on the door. And then run downstairs, run to the other door, and use the key on that door.
I'm coming in, Sherry!
Just keep running. Keep running down the hallway.
Get over here.
Don't stop for anything, and go to this door at the end. And boom, you made it. Good job. It can be a little scary, that part. One, because you're being chased. You don't really have a way to defend yourself. Well, you don't have a way to defend yourself. And if you get caught, you have to start all the way over from the first boss. That sucks. But as long as you play it smart, you'll be okay. Take this parking permit and go through this door over here. We gotta make a stop at the item box and get ourselves some supplies, because we are gonna have some pretty tricky stuff to deal with in a second. Put away the flame rounds. Well, yeah, put away all that stuff. Get out your TMP. You're going to want to have that just in case. We are going to have lots of TMP ammo for the end of the game. So we're not going to be hard up for anything. Don't be afraid to use a little bit of it. This is going to help you out. I would recommend grabbing a few heals here just because, like, dealing with the dogs coming up can be a little hairy. We're not going to use TMP right off, but we will pick up some TMP ammo along the way. We'll also pick up a couple of herbs along the way, so again, we should be okay. Go through the elevator, activate it. And once you're down, just go around, go back to the parking garage, and use the card key on the reader. This will open the garage. Mr. X is going to show up. Go ahead and just, you know, avoid him. You can bait punches, you can run around the cop cars, you can... Honestly, whatever way suits you, just dodge him. There's an herb over to the right there that I tried to grab, but ultimately didn't because, I guess I didn't get close enough to it when I hit the button prompt. That happens sometimes. Don't feel bad if you mess it up. We're gonna get plenty of heals through the course of this, so we'll be okay. Run forward to this gate on the rightmost side. There's gonna be a zombie there. Shoot the leg of the other guy, stun him, and get out of there. Once that zombie's stunned, you can run through the gate here, and you're okay. Be quick though, because Mr. X is following very closely behind. That was pretty risky what I just did. And if it makes you feel better, you can run him farther away, bait out a punch. And then go back and just kind of shoot the leg on that one zombie and get by. If you just walk it out here, this zombie won't notice you. So go ahead and just go. There's gonna be a bunch of dogs here, so just run for it. Run, run, run. Make a diagonal cut there, run across, and then kind of run diagonally there. I didn't run quite far enough, I don't think. I mean, obviously, because I took damage, but she's in caution now. Technically, she runs faster in caution. But if you feel better with her and fine, go ahead and heal. There's TMP ammo and another herb on this bench. You have a few rounds at your disposal now if you need to take out some doggos. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. And watch out for that doggo there. Run forward. Try to keep an eye on them, and then run to the bus. I should have run a little bit more diagonal into this bus. And once she's inside, there's a grenade on the right. Take that. This guy, stun him. If he doesn't stun and he happens to grab you, you can use bad knife to get by. That should give you enough of window. Now just keep running.
It's gotta be the orphanage.
And once you get to this gate, you're gonna be good. Because you're at the orphanage. You're safe now, for the time being. Congratulations. That was pretty risky stuff. Could have gotten real ugly real fast. You can go upstairs. Because there's a couple of items here.
I have the pendant.
You may feel like you need these, you may not. It's just there if you need it.
Sherry? Sherry, are you
Go
here?
around all this stuff and go to the bathroom where Chief Irons was earlier. Because once you go in there, there's a first aid spray that's on this shelf here, and then there's, in the basket, there's submachine gun ammo. TMP ammo. That's all that's in there, so go back downstairs and go through that other door. You got to this point, you're doing pretty okay. You're almost at the sewers, so congratulations. I know it can be a little difficult, but, you know, you just gotta keep working at it. After this, go through the door and go left. Try to go left, at least. Sometimes the architecture gets in your way while you're moving. The movement is very odd in Resident Evil 2 Remake. While you're going down the ladder, you can get a little twisted around, so kind of maneuver your camera a little bit so you can see which way she's supposed to go.
Sherry? I'll be right there!
Mr. X is gonna pop down. There he is. This isn't that big of a deal, just run.
Go, go, go!
Go all the way to the end, turn right, go all the way down again, and turn right again, and then go into the elevator.
Keep going.
Once you've done that, you are effectively safe.
Are you all right?
Nothing more to worry about here. Go straight forward.
Sherry's.
There's going to be Magnum ammo right here, and we do want Magnum ammo, because Magnum is very, very useful in the course of this game. Deposit everything that you could deposit, like most of your heals and stuff. You didn't. I didn't use hardly any of them. I used a green herb at one point. Having a flash is going to be pretty useful. I recommend having a flash for this part. It's really all you need going in here. It's just a flash to get past some zombies that are going to crop up. This part is really not that big of a deal.
Can you hear me?
Jump down once, jump down twice, and then go forward. There will be a high-grade gunpowder on the left on your way there. There it is right there. Go ahead and grab that. We'll need that later. And then there's nothing in here, so just go on that ledge and we're going to go up. We don't really have any ammo right now. Not really. So, that can be a little scary, but fortunately we'll be alright.
Cable car. Here?
We are going to climb this ladder, and then as we're going through the door, we're going to toss a flash. So get ourselves ready. And once we're here, toss the flash. Okay. Go over to the locker. Code is SZF. And there's more submachine gun ammo there. Boom. Now hop down this space here, and let's leave this place.
Hold on, Sherry. I'll be right there.
This can be a little bit much, but fortunately, we have a good idea what we're doing right now. We don't have any bullets, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a knife, we're going to take one grenade, and that's going to pretty much be what we have on our person for, you know, what we're about to do. It doesn't seem like a lot because it isn't a lot, but it's what we got to work with. So, if you don't feel like you need the first aid spray like me, go ahead and leave it. You may decide that you want to have it, that's fine. But try to have as much inventory space as you can here. Taking along a sub-weapon, a weapon, and, well, a couple of sub-weapons and a weapon is enough. We're about to pick up Claire's Magnum parts. If we go over this way, and we book it left, there's going to be a T-square that we need. A T handle. We absolutely have to have that. There's also a red herb over here. We will be making a full shield heal in a second. That's a red, green, and blue. That is a shield heal. And that boosts our defense. Code here is 2, 12, 8. 2, 12, and 8. This will get us the Magnum parts. So what happens here is that Claire's parts, or Claire's gun, can be converted from a regular gun to a Magnum. So now we have Magnum bullets. Now what we're going to try to do is, we're going to try to take headshots on these guys. And that didn't quite work out. That was a little messy, that part. Tried to hit him twice and wound up hitting him in the body twice, which definitely not what I was planning on, but that's the way it worked out, and he's still done. This guy here, we want to take him out. Okay. If we don't take him out, it's going to get rough for us later, unfortunately. Over here and pull the handle, and then to the left there's going to be a grenade. Obviously, I recommend taking headshots. That is the quickest, most efficient way to do it. But sometimes life has other ideas. And you gotta roll with those punches, guys. Run through here. If you're in fine, you should be able to get through there just fast enough. If you're too slow, he will push you around and he can grab you. use the T tool here, the T handle, to open that door, and then there's a blue herb here that we can use to make that full shield heal. There's magnum bullets over on this drum here that we can use. That gives us 4 more bullets in our magnum. Over to the right, coming through here, there's going to be bullets. Go ahead, take those bullets. You may want to switch back to bullets so that you're not using a bunch of magnum rounds, which, you know, I understand. Take the rook piece, and then quickly go back through this door, book it to the left. That zombie is going to be alive, and he's going to want to take a bite out of us. We're not going to let him. Go to the elevator, go down. And then over here, this monster here, once he wiggles his head and goes down into the water, that's your cue to run. Don't dilly-dally, because he will pop back up and he will stun you. But as long as you move, you're going to be okay. Now, once we're through here, go over into this space and use the T tool to open this door. This is what's famously known as the Organ Trail. It's a pretty stressful portion of the game. Mostly because there's these very large enemies like the one we just met, and their hitboxes are enormous. They are silly. But we have to get by them in order to play this, so this is what it is.
Okay. This place is creepy.
Take the green herb over there, and then hop down over this way.
They're everywhere.
Now be very careful in here. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna pop a shot off on this guy right there. Hit him. Okay, once he comes up, run by the left. And this guy, try to bait a hit out of him. Curiously enough, he still hits me, but it gives me a window to run by him. And try to give him a wide berth when you run by. Because those guys, I mean, they just got crazy hitboxes. They can grab you and wreck your whole day. And you'll wind up either using the grenade on them or you'll get poisoned. It's pretty bad when they grab you. It's not great. There's going to be a red herb over here. Use that on your green. Boom. And then go back down here. Hell, we got like the first part of this done. First part of the Organ Trails wasn't so bad, right? Well, yeah, well, we'll see how it is when we go back. I'm gonna grab a blue over here and make another shield heal. Now, using your magnum, go ahead and hit that guy. Take him out of the equation. He is DED-DUN. Stick a fork in him. Now go back over here, and we absolutely have to grab the spark shot. Use the king piece, and we're gonna just go ahead and use a heal for 1. Grab that spark shot. We have to leave here with the spark shot, and we have to leave here with the 2 chest pieces, so we have to make some room in our inventory, man. That means we're going to load up the bullets, or load up the magnum bullets, and that means we're going to chuck the other bullets, because we have to have that chest piece. We can't leave here without it. Use the queen piece. Accidentally use the king. You want to use queen. And then use king piece over here. Okay, good deal. Go grab the queen piece, and then leaving here, grab the king piece, and you are set. Now we just have to get through the other part of the Organ Trail, which is not the easiest thing in the world, but it could be worse. This part is weird. It used to feel different to me. And I wonder if they changed it in a patch or something. These guys, if they start vomiting, that's actually not bad. Provided that they're not ganging up on you. Because if they start doing the vomit stuff, it means you can run right by them. But if they start ganging up on you, and, you know, we see this nonsense, 2 of them, well, that does make things a little bit more complicated. Wait for them to disappear and then just run forward, and hopefully nothing's gonna pop up out of the water over here. Sometimes it does, but it didn't, so hey, hey, hey. go ahead and go to that ledge. Let's get out of here. We're most of the way out of here. Go over to this ledge and watch out for this one. It's going to grab and it's going to pop back up. Okay. Yep, there he is. Wait for him to wiggle his head and then boom. We're going to get out of here. There it is. Go up the ladder and we're done in this section. That really could have been a lot worse. That really was not that bad. Yeah, that's a tough part. So if you had a hard time doing it, I mean, don't feel bad. The rest of us have a tough time with that part too, so you're not alone. Like I say, hitboxes on those guys are nuts. Oh my god. I don't know why they do it like that. It's so much. But we're almost ready for our second save of the game. So, hey, that's pretty cool, right? First, before we do that, let's go ahead and place these chess pieces. On this wall over here, let's place the queen in the second spot. And then we'll take this other piece from here. This is going to be that bishop. We're going to place the king there. Now we'll go ahead and take the... We need to take the knight piece. Okay, we'll place the rook here. Place the knight where it says knight. And then over on the last spot there, we're going to place the bishop. And we're good. Door's open. Let's go arrange our inventory and...
All right, Sherry. On my way.
We're going to be out of here. Place that T-square in there and let's see what we have in our inventory. We need spark shot. We need nades. We need to have a knife at some point, but we're going to take TMP as well. And we want to have a stack of TMP ammo going in here. We also want Magnum. I'm going to take 3 grenades. I'm going to take my stack of TMP. I'm also going to take... I believe I'm going to take... yeah, we'll take our Magnum ammo here. Make sure we're locked and loaded. We want 5 Magnum bullets. I'm going to place those Magnum bullets back that we just loaded up. And what the hell, we'll take more TMP ammo. Because, I don't know. Just feeling it. And then let's take a couple of heals here. And we'll probably be okay. Go grab the ink ribbon. There's going to be a knife down there. We are going to want to, like, use a knife. But there's going to be a knife down there, so... We don't necessarily have to bring a knife with us. There's also going to be a flash down there, too. Let's go ahead and save, guys. Gonna be using a lot of TMP this fight. A lot of TMP. Now we're all set. Let's go ahead and get out of here. On the way to the boss, there's going to be a full heal that we can grab. First item here is going to be a blue herb. Then there's going to be a green herb over here that we could use. And we can make, you know, that heal cure. And then the last piece is going to be this red herb right here that we can use to make our shield heal. Boom. And the solution to this puzzle is 1, 2, 4. And that'll get things going. And all I have to do is go toward the door. Don't get too close to it. Be careful. Just kind of go over there and try to stay away from it the best you can. And then once you situate yourself a little bit to the left of this vent, these air conditioners. If you do this, the claw hand can't get you. And it'll just keep bursting through the ceiling. It's a pretty easy way to just wait it out before you go and fight with Birkin. Technically, you can get the fight started faster by hitting the hand. But if you just want to stay safe, you can hide there. Throw a nade at him.
Should have known you wouldn't die.
That'll slow him down considerably. Otherwise, he might run a little bit fast and hit you before you can jump down to the platform. Once you do that, run forward here, jump down, and you're going to be pretty well set. Hit the switch here, get out spark shot, and hit that eye the best you can. He will jump by, so you might lose your spark shot. Toss a nade there. The goal here is to hit his eye as much as possible. And that can be difficult, but just hit it the best you can. You'll know that you're hitting it if you see that orange fluid. Now, if you have knife, go ahead and slice him. Otherwise, use spark shot and just charge that up. And hopefully, you'll be able to get 2 charged shots off. Okay, boom, there it is. That was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Birkin here has some very cheap swipes. As you can see, he's got massive range in a tiny space, and it can be a bit of a nightmare. That was a pretty good shot right there, hitting me on the back with that, you know, in the eye with the magnum. That was tight. Now that I got a knife, I'm gonna go over here and swipe him quite a bit. Just get right up in there, get all up in there. Start swiping. That is good stuff. I was trying to pop off a magnum shot and get away without taking a hit, but it didn't really work that way. And then, you see, I run away and I still take those hits. That's the kind of thing we're contending with here. But generally, if we put him down 3 times... If we put him down 3 times, we're going to be able to get him. Just be sure you give him a wide berth. And then hit his eyes as much as you can, and he's stunned the 3rd time, which means we can hit the crane now. And if we really want to hedge our bets, we can use the spark shot to do it. And that'll deal enough damage that one last time to get the job done. Okay, Birkin is good here. Now's a good time to loot whatever we have available. There's TMP ammo, there's handgun ammo.
This is taking forever.
Anything that we haven't grabbed yet, go ahead and grab it if you can. Otherwise, take the higher grade ammo if you don't have enough space. It's always the most important stuff. Hit that switch, and we're gonna get Sherry. We can't do anything else here other than carry her, so just go all the way to the tram, where we first picked up the T-square.
Not far. Wait, that cable car. Hold on, Sherry. You're gonna be fine. Almost there, Sherry. We're almost there. Oh, good. The cable car. Okay. Better check everything. There's no turning back.
Hopefully at this point you feel like you have everything you need.
Is bound for nest. Do not exit until the final destination.
The strats we employ here can be a little nuts, but I think that you'll find that they are very, very good for getting you through the game. We still can't do anything here, so we're just going to go all the way to the door
Getting you treatment. Just hold on.
with Sherry.
It's okay.
And the doors will open automatically because she's wearing her bracelet.
For your safety, stand clear until the doors are fully open. For your safety, stand clear until the doors are fully open. For your safety, stand clear until the doors. Welcome to Nest. Enjoy your visit.
Go through the door on the left. They'll put Sherry on a makeshift hospital bed. And if you look over there, you can see the grenade launcher. Go to the item box right now, and we're going to put away spark shot, Flash, TMP. We'll keep Bad Knife. But pretty much everything we're going to put away. We're going to want to get out those flame rounds now. Those flame rounds are going to be a godsend, believe me. I know I keep saying it, but it just keeps on being true. We should have a fair number of them at this point. Go back in here. We have to take the bracelet from Sherry. And there's the grenade launcher. We're not going to combine the stock with the grenade launcher yet until we fight Birkin for the 3rd time. But anyway, now we have that. We'll put away the Magnum M02. We don't really need it that badly. There's a typewriter in here, so be careful. Because sometimes the game will think that you want to interact with the typewriter instead of the item box. I put away my ammo here because I need room for stuff. Truth be told, I could use even more room for stuff. But there's a zombie in here that can be a handful. There's a grenade over here, we want that. And then over here on this desk, on that counter, there's spark shot needles. Once you have those, run around here and go up the ladder.
Please enjoy our tasty selection of healthy foods.
Nothing else you need in there. Just bullets, but you don't need them. Go down here, go through this vent, and then down. There's high-grade gunpowder right there. There's also a knife right here. Watch out for this guy. If he's over to the side, we can run through, no problem. And there's going to be flame rounds right there. There's going to be a bracelet right there we can grab. That's an upgrade. Let's go ahead and take those. I use the heal here because I want this spark shot upgrade. We really need that. So I use Bad Knife on that guy. And that's okay. We don't need to come back through here. This is all we need. We have everything that we need here to be successful.
Dr. Lee, your presence is urgently requested by Chief Cartwright in the East area.
Hit the panel over here to activate the bridge. And then just cross that bad boy. Go up this other staircase over here and hit the panel on the left. We don't have an upgrade to our pass yet to activate the other one. So we have to go this way. It is pretty self-explanatory, to be honest. Not too hard to wrap your head around. Now, in this room, there's going to be another item box. Might want to grab some gunpowder. Drop off the spark shot needles, drop off the high-grade gunpowder, drop off the spark shot upgrade, or combine it, whichever. You're going to have to combine it eventually. Put away the grenade, and then keep one knife on you. As a matter of fact, we can go ahead and take a full stack of flame rounds, because we're probably going to need those. There's a gunpowder right there. Go ahead and drop that off. We don't need it right now. We'll need it later. Once you're ready, go through this door. Make sure you have grenade launcher equipped. Just in case you run into some risky business, I recommend having it. Matter of fact, you can just keep your gun in the item box for right now. Mostly what we're going to be doing is using the flame rounds. So go over here, grab that flash. Code is 3123. And the next code is 2067. And that'll open both doors for you. You're good. Okay. Go over here to this contraption and grab the dispersal unit. Or the
Dispensing solution now.
Or I guess I should say the dispersal cartridge. We need that for what we're about to do. As I say, we can't just leave the gun behind. We don't really need it right now. It's just sort of there at this point in our inventory. There's a red herb right there if we want it. We don't really have space to grab it right now, but maybe eventually we will. Go over here to this unit and then put the cartridge in. Code is red-green.
Manual mode engaged.
Blue, red, green.
Adjust amount of
Blue, red,
solution
green.
to match cartridge capacity.
Very simple stuff. Well, it's easier when you've done it before. If you've never done it before, I mean, you wouldn't know, right? But, you've done this as much as I have. That's child's play, really. There's a nade over here, next to this guy. And over here, there's going to be a high-grade gunpowder. Go ahead and grab that. You want all the high-grade gunpowders you can get. As a matter of fact, I go ahead and make acid rounds right now, because I've got the high-grade gunpowder right there. With the big gunpowder and, like, that white gunpowder, you can go ahead and, just make those acid rounds the moment you have them collected. Because that's mostly what they're going to be used for. If we have any high-grade gunpowder left over to use with the large gunpowder, if we've used all the large gunpowders and we don't have any more high-grade if we don't have any more large gunpowders and we still have a lot of high-grade gunpowder, use the high-grade gunpowder with each other to make submachine gun ammo, because that'll help during the final fights. Take your frag grenade and throw it. That'll take out all the zombies here. Go ahead and take these flame rounds. And then this guy over here, take him out. Alright, cool. That guy's out of the equation. Run forward here and hug the wall. And then we should be okay. There it is. Yeah. That was just fine. As long as we do that, that liquor will jump right by us. That guy right there, go ahead and hit him with a flame grenade. This will take all the zombies out in one shot, the flame grenades. They're very, very powerful. This guy right here, take him out. This will help you avoid a lot of headaches in just a few minutes, guys. Because the way is going to be clear. Take her out, too. And then, yeah, we're pretty well set there. This unit right here, we want this frequency tuner. There is going to be some bullets right there. There's a high-grade gunpowder on the right there. It would be a good idea to go out to the item box at this point and, make a little deposit. Because we've got a lot of stuff we're carrying. Go ahead and drop off those acid rounds. Drop off that red herb. And then, you don't really need the flash anymore. Not really. The gun, again, you could drop that off. You don't need it that badly right now. You're fine. You won't need it for probably, God, I don't even know if you'll need it for the rest of the game, hardly. Unless you just want to use the magnum part of it. Well, anyway, we got those bullets, we've got the high-grade gunpowder. We're pretty okay here. We are doing A-okay. The way is clear. We're ready to party. So just go downstairs and, yeah. Not hardly any more to it than that. Once you go in here, stop walking. Or, excuse me, stop running. And start walking. Peter Parker's going to be on the wall over here, so you want to watch yourself. There is an herb over here if you want it. Go ahead and take it if you want. Once you go here, be sure you examine the tuner before you use it. Here, I didn't examine it first, because I don't know why. But we have to go to Murph to tune it, so just adjust the frequency until it matches what you see there, and once it matches, go ahead and use it. You just have to fiddle around with it until the wavelength matches. It's tough to really give you an answer for that one other than just fiddle with the wavelength until it matches. I wish I could be more specific, but that's the best I got for you. You'll get it. It's really not that hard to do. You just gotta play around with it a little bit. It's okay. Don't feel bad if it takes you a minute. Because it is kind of a weird puzzle. Go in here and go around into this next room.
Welcome back.
The cool room.
You have 5 new messages.
Whew. Damn. Should have packed my parka.
Go ahead and use the cartridge on this machine. It'll chill the dispersal unit. And now you can leave. That's really the only thing that we need to do in here. There's no goodies, there's no nothing like that. There might be a gunpowder or something, I don't know, but nothing particularly useful. Not really. And then start walking again. Okay. We are doing pretty good here. The liquor most often is going to be right there. And then the other one is most often going to be on this wall over here to the right. So, be very careful coming through here. Okay, you're good. Just go into this room. And here's another safe room. The server room is another room where we can grab some pretty good stuff. Drop off any things you don't really need, namely handgun ammo, gun. You really only need the grenade launcher at this point with the flame rounds. That's really all you need. I know I keep saying it, but I want to emphasize that. I really didn't need to bring the gun, and if I ever did this again, I would not bring the gun with me to help myself out a little bit. Go ahead and grab that high-grade gunpowder, knife, anything that's not nailed down here, go ahead and take it. I think there's flame rounds, high-grade gunpowder, and knife in there. All very useful stuff. And when we come back through here, there's going to be another large gunpowder at the very end. I accidentally went up the ladder here when I meant to... That's what I mean about the movement in this game. Sometimes it's weird. And sometimes I interact with things that I don't mean to interact with. But we want that large gunpowder. We have the map. We don't really need it that badly. But we have it now. Go up the ladder. And watch yourself for any of these plant zombos. Go ahead and take this guy out. We have enough flame rounds that we can just get rid of these plant zombos and get them out of our way. If you have the space, just run. But if you have to hit them, go ahead and hit them. Go up here to the machine and use the dispersal cartridge.
Dispense.
Yeah,
So much for the weed.
your path should be clear now. You should be totally safe to go through here. Nothing's going to happen to you. Just go over here, turn right, and go get the last piece for your bracelet. Combine them. There it is. Your wristband is good. And blow this guy away. Don't let him grab you. This guy too. Get rid of him. Be very careful. Watch yourself. These guys, if they get you and you don't have a defense item, they will one-shot you. You are done. So be very careful. Generally, you can get past that guy, but sometimes he grabs you like that. I should have hit him with a flame round. When in doubt, hit them with the flame round. These plant zombies are weak to flame rounds. They go down, and the flame rounds just one-shot them. They get demolished by flame rounds. Flame rounds are for the lab, baby. Nothing quite like it. This is why we save the grenade launcher till the end of the game. Because this is where we use it all. Well, the path is clear now. Let's get the hell out of here. Yeah. If you've gotten this far, give yourself a pat on the back, because, yeah, this is not the easiest thing in the world. Doing this on hardcore difficulty can get a little crazy. Go over here, use this panel. And now we're ready to go into this next area, man. Going in this way. We're gonna grab another nade right there next to that guy who kind of looks like Hunk, aka the Boba Fett of Resident Evil. Look at this thing, go to OSS, and just fiddle around with that till the wavelength matches and use it. We gotta turn the lights back on in here. And that's like the last time we're gonna use the tuner. So, we're good here at this point. Yeah, we're set, guys. Run through here. Claire just got herself disinfected. That's great. She went into a clean room. Well, let me tell you, it's not going to be very clean in a minute. Go through here and go left. Left. Interact with this. Doesn't matter if you don't have the item, just interact with it.
Thank God.
Now go over to the side here. This room is going to have some loot.
Gotta get back to Sherry.
Take that, and I accidentally combined that with the handgun ammo. That was a very stupid thing to do, and I actually didn't know you could do that before I recorded this. I definitely learned something there. And right now I was thinking to myself, well, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Well, if you do that, just make as many acid rounds as you can, because what we're going to have to do here is supplement our acid rounds with the TMP, and that'll get us through this. That was a pretty stupid thing of me to do, but sometimes it just happens, man. So you just have to do the best you can with what you have to work with. Make as many acid rounds as you can with the large gunpowders and the high-grade gunpowders, and if you have any little gunpowders, go ahead and combine those with the high-grade stuff too, and that will give us approximately, it looks like 19 acid rounds, which is a fair number of acid rounds. That's okay. The rest of these high-grade gunpowders we can use to make TMP ammo. We're going to combine the stock with the grenade launcher here. We're going to get our spark shot out. Our main weapons for this fight are going to be spark shot and grenade launcher with acid rounds. Birkin is weak to acid rounds. Also, another weapon that we're going to use is the knife. That's going to be one of our top weapons here. Make sure the spark shot is loaded. We have 7 rounds now. We got to make them good. We can't fool around here. We're going to take a full stack of grenade rounds too. That's going to make life a little easier. Well, I decided I'm going to use the TMP instead, actually. Grenades are okay. I like using them better for the last Birkin fight, though. And this is pretty much the best loadout that we're going to get. TMP with a full stack, spark shot, grenades with acid rounds, and then a knife. And that's going to go pretty well for us, actually. So we've got everything we need here. Now, let's go ahead and deposit the knife so that we can save our game, guys. We're going to take that ink ribbon, we're going to save our game here, and this is going to be our 3rd save of the game, and our final save of the game. And if all goes well, it's all we're going to need. Now let's go get good knife, and let's enter the battle. This is a really solid loadout, all things considered, considering that we messed things up pretty badly with our acid rounds. But we're going to be okay. If we had another, like, full stack of acid rounds, we'd be more or less set for the entire fight. If you have 30 acid rounds and full spark shot, you have nothing to worry about. Try to pop this. Yeah! Use spark shot to pop that. Get out your acid rounds if need be, and try to aim for the eyes. Try to aim for the eyes. Sometimes you hit it, sometimes you don't. It could be worth it to stun him and then use spark shot to hit his weak points. But if you're in doubt, then err on the side of caution. But in general, aim for those eyes, and I just popped one with the TMP. And hell, that's why we brought TMP, because it works pretty good sometimes. Now, what you want to do here when he grabs this, if you can't hit the eye in time, then take cover. And that way it'll keep you from taking a hit. You can get up in your business though, so... And right there I took a hit, and it immediately puts me in danger. But fortunately I can run away here, and I don't have a heal on me, which is a bit of a problem. But I'm still going to defend myself. If this happens to you, do not stress, just stun lock him with those acid rounds. Even if you're not hitting the most important spots, you're still doing big damage to him. And if you do get an opportunity, go over there and hit him with the knife on his eyes. Once he leans over like this, go over there and just hit him. Now I'm gonna get out my acid rounds again. Well, I go looking for a first aid spray. It's not over there, it's on the other side of the map, actually. And once I realize, I start trying to stun lock him a little bit and keep him from wrecking my entire day here. Every time you hit him with the acid rounds, there's my first aid. Now I can heal, and now I'm in good shape. He's going for that canister again. We're not going to let him. Oh, we got his eyeball there with the spark shot, baby. The spark shot on those eyes is a godsend, believe me. It does such massive damage on him. Once he reaches this form, he's gonna get real angry and go lift this. This is your opportunity to just unload on him. I try using the spark shot here, but it doesn't really work that great. Not at this distance. We have a few more acid rounds here. Stun lock him. His eyes are on his body are exposed, so just go ahead and focus on those any way you can. Might it be worth spark shotting him there if you stun lock him? You might have a nice window to hit him with. Just play around with it a little bit, see what works best on him. I'm still trying to figure out what works best on him myself, but you know, using a combination of all those weapons, I cleaned them up pretty good. We've got handgun ammo that we can grab, but we really don't need it here. We need higher grade stuff. There's magnum ammo. There's also a flash round over here. I'm gonna take the flash. We are gonna take the flash. And we don't really need any more like rounds or anything for the. We can just chuck the acid rounds because the acid rounds aren't really good for anything anymore. They are absolutely useless at this point, especially on Birkin's last form. Well, his penultimate form technically. There's spark shot needles here, which we will take. Those are useful. Then a frag grenade over here is very useful as well. This is the only thing that the acid rounds are really good for. You can go ahead and chuck them. There should be magnum ammo right here that we absolutely want to have. That is very useful. And then, let's see here. I'm going to load up my TMP. If we can't take anything, then we'll just leave it behind, because the magnum, frankly, is not that essential. We still have another knife. We don't need that one right now. We'll take the magnum ammo instead. Magnum is a little bit better than knife in this area. And now we've got pretty much everything that we care to grab. Let's just get out of here, guys.
Gotta get back to Sherry.
Like I say, when in doubt, grab the high-grade ammo. Ideally, we will not be using the knife to get ourselves out of any sticky situations, and we will be picking up a pretty good knife, a brand new knife, in just a second. So, there's nothing really to worry about in regards to the knife. We're pretty well set. We just have to go back to Sherry now, and we do that going to the north area, where we're going to see a whole scene with Annette Birkin and Sherry and etc., etc. Now we have the last piece for the bracelet, the wristband.
Sherry, can you walk faster?
And we're going to make a pit stop at the item box because we need to get rid of a few things. Get rid of Magnum, get rid of TMP, get rid of Spark Shot right now, and let's get out full heals, just, you know, to hedge our bets here. And then we'll take we'll take gun, handgun ammo, and this will help us out just a little bit as we go. And we'll put away all that and take, like...
I want to rush you, but we have to go.
Honestly, I don't know that we really needed the gun. I guess, well, I decided to take knife too, just in case. We don't really need it, but just in case we get grabbed by a plant zombo, it's pretty useful to have. And then I decided to chuck the acid round because we don't really need it. The only things we're going to grab going through here are a knife and a first aid spray.
Let's get the hell out of here.
I decided to fire off a few shots here, just to help myself out a little bit. It's silly. But hopefully this'll, hopefully that makes things a little bit easier going forward in this. This game can be pretty challenging, guys, so...
Claire? Yeah? Thank you for being so nice to me. for helping me. I'm really glad I met you.
I'm really glad I met you too, Sherry.
Don't feel bad if you have to try this a few times. Remember, it's a hard game. If you've gotten this far, I mean, you're doing okay, dudes. You're doing okay. Pat yourself on the back, you're doing a great job. And if you got like a good time right now, even better. But don't worry about the time. This is your first time, just do the best you can. Get through it. That's like your job on the first time. Just get through it. You can do it. Go over to this elevator here. Sherry will follow you. She'll be a second, but she will follow you. And there she is. Once she reaches you, the elevator goes down. Just run forward and run around these plant zombos. Don't worry about them. There's also a herb over there that you can grab in case you need it. Who knows, maybe you're running low on health. Go ahead and grab that and help yourself out. Once you go down the ladder, go over to the door or interact with it. And then immediately go out of it.
Of course. Stupid thing's locked.
Hold on.
Sherry, what are you...
I think I can open it from the other side.
Jesus.
While Sherry's over there doing her thing, these plant zombos are going to show up. Go ahead and take them out, guys. When this other one gets up, go ahead and fire. And that takes care of a whole lot of problem.
9 minutes until detonation.
Now we just have to wait for Sherry to do her thing. And, yeah. Nothing else to it other than whenever she feels like opening the door. There she is. Okay.
Nice work.
Go through here. Run slightly diagonally through that door. Go through here, and then get ready, because there's a zombie right there. Fire one shot at him. One shot. That's really the only reason that you might need the bullet, or the gun going through here, is just to hit him.
Sherry, you hanging in there?
Otherwise, you're fine.
Atta girl. Think we're almost out of here.
We're about to use our last item box, guys, so get yourself ready. There is a red herb over here if we want to make a full heal. If you want one, it's right there. Put away the grenade launcher, put away the flame rounds, put away the bad knife, you don't need bad knife anymore, and then get out the spark shot, get out the TMP, get out a full stack of nades. Might want to put away some of these heals. It would be a good idea to have like a couple of heals here. I would recommend you get out TMP over the Magnum. Magnum can be useful, but ultimately, the TMP as well as the spark shot are a better bet for you. It really depends. You can keep the gun with the Magnum rounds as for backup, but yeah, you just need essentially a spark shot, a knife, TMP. I go ahead and I load up my Magnum here, but really you need 2 item slots here. Put the bullets away, put the bracelet away, and now since you have 2 slots and you have a Magnum, you have a TMP, you have a spark shot, you have a knife, you've got nades, you've got a heal, you're pretty well set here. You've got a full loadout. And if you want, you can leave the Magnum for another heal, because you really won't need more than that. You've got like more than enough ammo at this point.
What are you doing?
Between the spark shot and the TMP and the weapon you're about to get, you're gonna be okay. Take that thing from the train, go in here and put it on, and then once you're ready, go ahead and grab the chain gun. There it is, or the minigun, whatever you want to call it. I don't know why it's called minigun. There's nothing mini about it. There's the chain gun, baby. Alright, once you see his eyes, start firing at the eyes. Hit those eyes. Name of the game is Eyes, Eyes, Eyes. Hit him. And then once he starts moving, once he bows forward like that, you want to move out of the way and run. And then hit the eyes again. You want to to move faster, you want to move sooner than you think you should, because I already took a hit here and I'm already in danger. Be very careful during this part. If he starts climbing the wall, get out your nades and throw one. And hopefully it'll stop him from climbing, but he climbed a little too fast there. Ideally you want to knock him off the wall, but it doesn't always work, unfortunately. Keep hitting his eyes, and then once he starts swinging, you want to start moving away very, very fast. Get out of the way as quickly as you can. You want to give him a wide berth because of that maneuver he does where he starts like going really, really quickly forward. Because he'll mow you over and it can get really ugly really fast. He's about to climb the wall again, so we're going to toss another nade. Then we're going to see if this works. And once again, it did not work. I keep trying it, and every time I do it, it seems like it doesn't want to work. Be sure you run when he jumps down, because sometimes he'll go ahead and just jump right at you. And now he's going to run right at the wall. Come over this way, he'll bang his head on the wall, and then go around and start shooting. He's getting a lot weaker at this point. You can tell because he's getting redder, he's going a little bit more berserk. He's getting ready to give it up. But just keep hitting those eyes. I'm wasting bullets sometimes here. Okay, that was good. Alright, there, we got him. We got him good. Now I'm going to equip my TMP and start shooting. And it's the same strat here. Hit the eyes whenever possible. Hit the eyes and get away. And when you start swinging, run faster, run sooner than you think you should. He's about to run to the wall, go around there, and then we got enough of a window here to start attacking again. If you run on a chain gun, switch to TMP. Eventually, he will give it up. He is almost done. He's going to jump down over this way. Watch out. When he gets back up, hit him again. Okay, we got him. He's effectively done. I'm trying to hit him with my spark shot. It's not really working. But once he's on the ground, go ahead and hit him. And then go, walk it back, hit him again. This is just to speed things along. We've already won. Yep, there it is. And that's Claire A, hardcore difficulty. Claire A, hardcore difficulty, soulmates. Congratulations on a hard-fought battle. Congratulations on your victory. I hope that this helped you on your way. And I hope that you're able to get an S+ of your own very soon. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you again very, very soon.